Hey guys, it's Reef coming back, and today I want to examine another one of those dirty little agreements that are lurking in your subconscious mind, just outside of your conscious awareness, affecting your ability to do what you need to do to run a successful business. And that is the agreement that making a lot of money is hard to do. And it's probably an agreement that you made with someone, probably like one of your parents or some authority figure in your life when you were little, and they were complaining about money and how hard it was to make a living. And you probably just internalized it. You agreed. I mean, you were little. You weren't really thinking, well, wait a second, hang on to that. Let's sniff that out and see if that's real. You know, So I want to share a little story with you. And it's actually a pretty cool story. And it is the story of Earl Nightingale, how Earl Nightingale of the Nightingale Conant publishing company, how he got started. And what Earl Nightingale used to do, he used to work for a radio station, and he liked personal development. He liked, things that were motivational and inspirational. And what he would do is, in between when a radio program was on, in between different programs, what he would do is he would schedule some time, like 5 minutes or so, to give like a 5 minute speech, on like a personal development or motivational topic. And what started to happen was other radio stations in the region started to catch wind of Earl's little personal development segments, and they offered to pay him to do a recording so that they can play it at their radio station. And what he would do was he'd spend a couple of hours a day or a couple hours a week, I believe it was, and he would make these little recordings, and he would sell the recordings to different radio stations for about $100, which obviously was a lot of money back then. And he eventually started to sell his recordings to about 100 different radio stations, all paying him $100 for his little personal development segments. So there's a couple things that I want to point out in that story. One, the fact that he was making about $10,000 or so, spending a couple hours doing work that he loved to do, that was pretty easy, should be an indication to you that making a lot of money can actually be very simple, can actually be very fun, and can actually be very rewarding. And I want you to make an agreement with me that making a lot of money is actually pretty simple, easy, and rewarding. And two, he created his own work. It wasn't like someone came to him and said, "Hey, Earl, we're thinking about having a personal development segment on our show, and we want to hire you." No, he started to do that because that was something that he was interested in. And it just so happened that it had a certain amount of value to the people that were around him, and it actually met a demand. So, aside from making the agreement that making a lot of money can be very simple, easy, and rewarding, you are also allowed to create your own work that fulfills you. And in fact, if you look at a lot of the successful people in this industry, what they've gone on to do was create work that is actually fulfilling for them, and it impacts hundreds of thousands of people, and they get to enjoy hundreds of thousands of people, paying them. So just a little video. Let's make some new agreements. Let's make some new agreements around money. Let's make some new agreements around what you can and cannot do. Free yourself up from the constraining agreements that you have. Let some of those agreements go and make a new agreement with me right now that making money is simple, easy. Making a lot of money is simple, easy, and rewarding. And that you are allowed to create your own work that lights you up and fulfills you and makes a difference for people. All right. And if you got something out of this, you know what to do. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned to my next video. Take it easy.